Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now celebrating 17 years of broadcasting success, here's your host, Cyrus-Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus-Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, both for our radio audience here in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com. We're glad you all could be with us. Also, the online audience tuning in, thanks to our friends at iHeartRadio. We're glad you all could be with us as well. Well, for many of you guys, as we're beginning a new year, you may be thinking about starting something new, including maybe even starting a new business, where our next guest definitely knows what it's like to be an entrepreneur. She's here to share a bit of her story. We're excited to welcome Hillary Henderson to our program today to talk to us not only about her passion for fitness, but also how she'll be able to take that fitness and now to be able to create a business called Homebody by Hillary. If you guys are not following Hillary, of course, we'll let you know where to find her online. But Hillary, hello to you and welcome to the program.
Hello, thank you so much.
Hey, glad to have you on with us. When our station manager, Mr. Joseph Thomas, told me about you, I knew you were someone we wanted to talk to. I want to talk about what this year's been like for you as we kind of begin a new year. What has it been like for you, Hillary, to have had an idea and now to be able to bring that idea to life?
It's been quite amazing, actually. So the idea came to me during the beginning of the pandemic, I'll say about May. We were obviously put out of the gym, and the gym is like a place where I actually live. I'm always in the gym, so it's kind of difficult to be put out of the gym. So I came up with my idea for Homebody by Hillary because I was doing home workouts, and people started asking me questions, and at first I didn't think much of it, but I launched the idea, my sister and I, back in the summer, and actually our product, the waist trainers that we sell, they just came. They came out of nowhere. We didn't expect them so soon. They came the first week of the year, so that was a good surprise for the new year.
Wow. So I love what you said there because I think it's a great tip for our audience out there. I always tell people it's great to be able to do what you love. And as you said, I mean, the gym was a place that you definitely love. So to be able to create something to kind of fit into that mode is great. Do you think, kind of looking back at it, though, Hillary, even before 2020, do you think you were just meant to be an entrepreneur? Are you someone who's always kind of had that courage to be able to step out and do things like that?
Not at all, actually. It's not even kind of not my lane. I'm just really into fitness. And when you're passionate about something, it seems like things just align for me. But I'm not the entrepreneurial type, and that just shows that anybody can really do it.
Yeah. So let's talk about then handling the challenges because, I mean, as you mentioned, we were smack dab in the pandemic when you kind of came up with this idea. What gave you the courage to do that?
I think it was because I was getting so many inquiries on Facebook because I'm really show-offy with my abs. And I think most people know that I love the gym, I love fitness. So people started just asking me so many questions. And my sister, she gave me the idea. She's like, well, why don't you try to, sell something, try to capitalize off it? I'm like, well, that wouldn't be such a bad idea. And so actually she gave me the idea and the courage. It's not really a matter of courage for me because, I mean, if you don't try something, you never know if you'll succeed or fail. So it was already there. I'm not afraid to try stuff at all.
Got you. Well, now as you mentioned, beginning off the year with the waist trainers, one of the things I noticed when I was prepping for your segment, Hillary, is that you're definitely using social media to not only, of course, to share more long-form videos, kind of walking through how to use it, but also even using the short-form videos like TikTok. So, I mean, did you know going in that social media was going to be one of those ways that you kind of spread the word?
Absolutely, positively. Social media these days is I feel like social media is kind of probably 90% of how people get their businesses out. I do make sales at the gym and, out and about in the world, but social media is the hot spot.
Well, I think that is the thing that is so big. So what about what platform? How did you decide what platforms you want to use? Or did you feel as though, you were just going to try something on each platform just to see where the audience was?
Yes. And before I actually started the business, most of the inquiries I got were on Facebook. So I have so much more on Facebook versus Twitter and Instagram.
And we're going to be letting our audience know, of course, how they can find you there. I want to say for those who are just tuning in, though, either on the radio side or online, you're listening to Conversations Live. We're excited to welcome Hillary Henderson to our program today. We're talking to Hillary not only about how she had the idea actually during the pandemic of 2020 to be able to start a business, but now she's able to share with the world Homebody by Hillary. So let's talk about the brand. I mean, I know you mentioned the waist trainers are out now. How do you kind of see the brand developing and growing, Hillary?
So right now we do have the waist trainers out, and right now it is the waist trainers only, but we're going to add the workout plan and meal plan because, you know, you train your waist. You know, everybody wants a woman. Most females want nice curvy shapes, and that's fine, but I'm also interested in health and fitness as well. So I definitely want to get people working out and eating right as well.
Got you. Well, that's definitely the thing. So, you know, I guess the elephant in the room for us to talk about Hillary, of course, is, I mean, so much of the world is visual, right? Hillary, you know, when it comes to social media, of course, it's all about the visual. I mean, do you feel any added pressure knowing now that people are looking at you not only as an individual, but also now as a brand?
I would have felt that pressure. I would have probably felt that pressure if I didn't feel that I was going to stay fit, but it's literally something that I've been passionate about, I think, since about 2013. So it's no added pressure, really. No more pressure than I've always put on myself.
Got you. So, I mean, let's talk about then the dual audiences then that you're able to capture, because one, you're going to have people who say, "Wow, I want to use that product," or "I want to be able, to look like you. So, what do I need to do?" And then, secondly, you're going to have people who say, "I've always wanted to start a business." So let's talk about the first category first. I mean, what has that been like for you to see the way that your clients and customers have been responding?
It's been really breathtaking. It's an honor for people to want to look like you. That's a big honor. And I mean, that has been going on for me since about, I think I first started flexing my abs all the time back in like 2012. So I have been getting inquiries about those like forever. That doesn't feel too different, but it does feel good to be able to give them a product for that.
Yeah.
And not just a product, but advice, and whatever else is needed.
Yeah. So true. And what about those, Hillary, who are looking at you and saying, "You know what? I've always wanted to start a business. How do I do it?"
My advice to those people would be to just go for it, because it's exactly what I did. I didn't know much. I still don't know much. I'm sure I have much more to learn. So my advice would be to just go for it.
So I think that is the big thing. I think for anything in life, really, is just to be able to go for it. So, as you said, you're starting off with the waist trainer. I have to ask you, as an entrepreneur, what was it like for you to be able to see the product for the first time?
It was amazing. I had a sample, and it didn't have like my logo and stuff on it, so I knew the quality of the waist trainer. I've been wearing that one since about June. I think I got that first sample in June, so I knew the quality of the product, and I knew what it would look like. But when I pulled it out of the box, it was just amazing. It was really awesome to see my brand and my design on the waist trainer.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the big thing, too. And for those who have not started following Hillary, we're about to let you guys know how to be able to do that. I should mention, too, Hillary, for those who are listening to us on the radio side, you, of course, have a connection to this state that we're on here when it comes to Mississippi. Talk to us about that. I mean, it's also one of the things that you kind of try to tell people is, and it's something that I try to remind people of, it's not about where you're from. It really is about what you choose to do.
Mm-hmm. So I am from Yazoo City, Mississippi, a really, really small town, but I do live in Dallas, Texas now. But I stay connected with my hometown, mostly via Facebook. I go back and visit every now and then, but I'm never unconnected because of social media. Right.
And I think that is a big thing for sure. And again, that is how I found out about you, Hillary, because of course our station manager there in Yazoo City, told me, hey, this is someone who's doing something, and he wanted to make sure that we share the story. So here we have our audience both on the radio dial, Hillary, in Mississippi, but also our extended audience, as I mentioned, at WYADonline.com, as well as on iHeart, listening in. What would you tell them? I mean, 2020 was a pretty challenging year for a lot of people, but what advice would you give them as we kind of look forward to this year about not giving up?
I would just say, things will take time, but just keep pushing through. And first and foremost, you have to go for it. You have to go and get it first, and then you have to work to maintain whatever it is that you're trying to do. And you just have to put your all into it and believe in yourself.
It's great advice, and it's from someone who knows firsthand. Again, everyone, Hillary Henderson has been our guest. Great conversation with you, Hillary. Let our audience know, how can they stay connected with you and find out more information about Homebody by Hillary?
So our official Instagram page is up now. It is Homebody_by Hillary. You can follow my personal page on Instagram. It's That Chick Hillary, and my personal Facebook is Hillary, HILLERYN. And I'm always promoting my business and just fitness tips and things of that nature on all pages.
All right. Well, Hillary, congratulations to you again. Glad we had a chance to catch up here, and looking forward to having you back on the broadcast again.
All right. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you. And we thank you, our audience, for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live.